Hello. So we'll start today, as I say, sitting on something. And I'll suggest a cross-legged seat, although Virasana is also totally good. Basically, whatever, Virasana being this, hero pose, or this is like halfway, doesn't really matter. Anyway, it's sitting on the heels. You don't need to know like the specifics of Virasana, Vajrasana. It's too subtle for this particular moment and not really necessary. You can sit however you like. And so I like a prop to sit on. It can be anything. Ooh. Got a ghost, Maddie. Yoga ghost. Alright, anyway. So I like something to sit on because it like situates you in space. Let your hands rest on your knees to begin with. And then whatever you're sitting on, can you let your sit bone, maybe you go left and right, go forward and back, and find a place which feels comfortable, like you're balanced between the two. And so that your spine can rise up really tall. Feel like your jaw is parallel with the earth. And then, as long as it feels comfortable, close the eyes. We'll start here. Simplicity is something I want to be cultivating in this practice, but also joy, really. I know that February, and in particular with the weather that we have right now, is not the most merry of times. But it is moving in the right direction. Last week we just had this Bulk festival, which is all about spring starting to come. Anyway, so we'll cultivate joy through our practice, for sure. And in order to do so, I want to connect with the world that we're in. So this is one reason why something to sit on is handy, because you can situate yourself in space and feel that you are grounded. And besides that, I invite you to open up your ears to the environment that you find yourself in. So without naming sounds, without trying to picture them, can you open yourself up to absorb, to take in the music of sound that surrounds you, whether it be rain or neighbors, clocks ticking, whatever it might be. If there are like little jumping out sounds that draw your attention, notice how it pulls you towards them. Just notice that, that's the thing that happens. And we're not going to try and stop it or anything like that, just notice. We're noticing the relationship between ourselves and the outside world. Can you from here take your hands onto your side ribs? So like your right hand comes to your left ribs on the side. Or, I mean, it can. I like to cross over, but you can do the same side. It's your choice, right? But the point here is just to feel your breath inside. Can you situate yourself then within this landscape of sound? Can you feel that the atmosphere is continuous from the room that you're in all the way into your lungs? It is, in fact, the same air is in your lungs and in the room. Welcome. Hello. Hi. So we're just breathing for now. Situating yourself in the world. Now, what I wanted to bring to this class today is something that I've been thinking about. Is how when you get down, you really go inwards in a bad way. You know, you get really stuck in the insularness of your thought patterns, which means that you can't see the world, how beautiful it is. And this is something I'm trying to do myself, is get out of those patterns and just go, oh wow, the world is awesome. So the body being an element of the world, today's practice is a way to practice that. So maybe take a bigger breath, see if you can fill up your palms. When you're ready, release the hands down to your knees. And we're going to take the thumbs inside the hands. So spread your fingers, take the thumbs and wrap them around, wrap the rest of the fingers around, then reach the hands apart from each other. And then make circles with the wrists. Oof. Straight away, welcome. So in these cold days, it's good to get into the joints in a nice warming way. Good. So go in both directions. Lovely. Nice straight arms. Now feel how straight your arms are. Keep the straightness in the upper arm, but bend at the elbow. Like a robot. Exactly. So here, keeping the upper arm exactly as it is, we're going to make circles with the forearms. Trickier than it looks. Good. So it's a shoulder mobility thing, which is pretty good. We're going to open up the shoulders a wee bit today. Good. So again, go in opposite to both directions. Whoa. That's a good one. Lovely. Okay, from here we take the hands onto the shoulders. Make sure you're fixed on whatever you're sitting on. And now we're going to spin 20 times. Breathe into the left and breathe out to the right to get the breath into the lungs. So inhale left, exhale right. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. On the 20th one, hook your thumbs and lift yourself up. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, and then hold it. Exhale. Release that. Now we're awake. Hi, Rachel. Hello. Okay, let's meet in the tabletop. Did you just miss that lovely pranayama we just did? Oh, it wasn't too long. It was just a brief thing. And then you can get on the recording after if you want. Anyway, come into a tabletop position. Grip the mat with your fingertips. As you breathe in, pull your arms back towards you to send your heart forward. Then push the floor away to send your tail underneath. So inhale, slowly we go forward. And here, this is something that like all basic yoga classes have in them. Sometimes I feel embarrassed. Exhale, push the floor away. Embarrassed to sequence this because I'm like, oh, it's so common. But actually, if you let the breath pour along the spine, inhale, go forward. So continue at your own pace, but don't rush. Concentrate on the sensation. I'm just going to say a thing. Not too long. The thing is that the simple is just as good. Just because we do it every day, just because it's like the basic thing, doesn't mean that it's not so valuable. Especially if you can take your attention to it. Drop judgment, see what it is. I'm talking to myself there. But this is a helpful skill that we can practice. Okay, let's also move the side ribs laterally to the side. So it's you send your ribs out to the right and then drop to the floor. So we're making circles again, but to the left and the right. And this is a nice unraveling. So if you've been working today, welcome to leaving that behind. Go in both directions. Oh. This practice is really very good for all of them. Okay, creep your hands forward. If you need to, the knees back the way so that your hips stack over your knees. And then let the chest drop down. The head is going to come down between the arms as well. It can hover in the air if you like. That's totally fine. If you would like to, you can put the forehead on the floor. But don't over press into your shoulders. You know what I mean? Just like be with what feels okay. With simplicity in mind, know that you don't have to go to the absolute maximum in almost anything. And in fact, it's much healthier to stay somewhere in the middle, usually. Here can we find that breath again. Imagine your hands are on the outer ribs again, and imagine you could breathe sideways. Well, not imagine, breathe sideways into the hands which you imagine on the side of the ribs. Good. Look forward towards your hands. Maybe walk the hands back just a teensy tad if they're very far forward. And then take your left hand underneath your right armpit. So your left ear comes to the floor, but the right hand still stays reaching forward. So we want to stretch into the back of the the left shoulder. Think about your right shoulder rolling away from you though, and your right hip peeling back the way so the side of the waist gets stretched still. Again, breathe like a spiral around yourself. We're alive. So take your right hand in close towards you, unravel your left hand towards the sky. And then swim that left hand forward to the front of the mat and take your right arm underneath. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side, right ear to the floor. Rotating yourself around as much as feels good. Breathing as much as you can into the back of your wings. Imagine where your wings would grow. See if you can roll your outer left shoulder down and around as if the bicep would spiral to the sky. Left hip hugs away. Okay, inhale, come back, take your right hand out, and then swim it down towards the floor. We'll meet in a tabletop position. So not far to go here. Right, again gripping the mat with your fingertips. Kick your right heel back behind you. So the toes are going to face the floor. And now I'm sure we've done something like this recently. Think about your low abdomen hugging up and in. And as you do it, the foot might drop a teensy bit, but you'll feel more in the glutes. And that's good, that's what we're going for. From here, bend into your right knee so that the sole of the foot faces the ceiling. Keep that low abdomen hugging up and in, feel the tushy. And then lift your knee a little bit higher as you keep your abdomen hugging in. Good. So I'm turning to look at the screen just to check how you're doing, but you could look just in front of your yoga mat so your neck is long. Lift your knee a little bit higher. Woo. Good. Just a little bit higher. Just a little bit higher. Okay, lovely. Exhale, knee to nose. Ooh. Inhale, kick it back behind you. Nothing like cultivates joy like working your butt out. It's in my opinion. So reach your right foot back. Now tuck your left toes underneath. Grip the mat with your fingertips. Hover your left knee. Oh yes. And then we're going to come back for a three-legged dog, kicking your right heel all the way back towards the sky. Good. Still keep it kicking through the heel. Still hugging your right hip down. The hips are square. Kick through your right heel. Take a big breath in. Exhale, we'll round the knee towards the nose. Tap it in just once. Inhale back towards the sky. Good, and then exhale, let's step it between the hands. Left knee will come back down towards the earth for now. Take the arms up towards the sky, low lunge, and grab onto your elbows here, so like you've got a frame. So I like to do that to hold on to the elbows so that you can draw your arms up, up, up. I'm just going to take a bit jumper here, so it's more visible. You draw the arms up, up, up. And what happens by holding onto the elbows means that you're not reaching with the arms, you're actually stretching the waist more. You feel that. So the low abdomen still hugs. And if you want to, you can feel like you grab the arms back behind your head to open up the shoulders just a teensy bit more. Okay, exhale, left hand to the floor, right hand to the sky. Press down with your left hand and your left shoulder down the way. So it moves away from your ear so you can feel that power. Gaze up towards your right thumb with your left eye, and then exhale, start to make circles. You go down and then forward. Inhale, exhale back. Inhale, and then exhale. Good. Inhale, take your right hand all the way up towards the sky. And then exhale, can you take it on the inside of your right foot? So I'm going to turn around so that it's visible. Right hand is on the inside right foot, and now left hand comes up towards the sky. Good. So it's a similar shape where we're just turning to the other side. Now you've got the right knee to hug in against the right shoulder, feeling the contact of the body against itself. And now again, we can make a circle with that left arm. Use the swoop of your arm to pour the breath deeper. Like you're, what's the word? Leveraging your way into the lungs. There's a word that is evading me, but I think you get the point. Pouring the breath deeply in. All right, inhale one more time, arm up. Exhale, take it down towards the floor and peel your right hip back, half Hanuman here. So the hands might be inside the foot, that's cool, or you can take the right hand and put it on the outside of the right foot, whatever feels comfortable here. Spread the toes of your right foot. We've been doing Hanuman recently. I believe I also did it with you guys. Think about your tail curling underneath. So it's like in cat pose. Press the heel into the floor and then reach the chest forward. So we've got our hamstrings. My hamstrings. Okay, nice. Exhale, come forward, runner's lunge. Reach the chest forward, forward, forward. Stamp into your right heel. Press down. Exhale, find the abdomen lifting away from your right knee. So it doesn't really look like much, but you just feel like the belly hugs up towards the spine. Now, bend into your left knee a wee bit. Let's find a little bit of a rock. This is quite a long sequence, but here we go. Bend, bend, bend. Exhale. Inhale, take your weight into your right foot and let the left foot hover. Standing splits. Standing splits, not meaning that your legs have to be completely separate and reaching apart from each other like some sort of circus performer, but just that the hips are square and your left leg is reaching as high as it will go. The intention here being that the right hamstring is going to get awakened. Awaken! Take a breath to reach your chest forward, forward, like halfway lift, the left leg still reaching away. Then as you exhale, we can fold forward over that right shin, maybe a little bit more. Good. Place a micro bend into your right knee. Place a micro bend into your left knee. Now stamp into your right foot, stand all the way up. Take your left knee with you. Yes. Good. Here maybe a circle of the ankle can feel nice. Kind of do it automatically. Okay, lovely. Place the foot down onto the floor, arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, fold. Good. Any movements that you need to do here, bending in the knees, giving the hips a little shimmy, the neck a little shake, all of that stuff is totally cool. Find a halfway lift as you inhale, chest comes forward. Then exhale, plant the hands, step back for downward facing dog. Awesome. Okay, from here, place the knees down onto the floor, and we're going to go back to the beginning. Okay, so we start by reaching the left foot back. Toes face the floor. And now, straight away, we want to find that abdomen lifting up. Yeah, exactly. Perfect, Maria. Amazing. Exactly that. So kick through the heel, then bend into the knee so your sole of the foot faces the ceiling, like a little crane. And then inhale, take your knee a little bit higher. Abdomen hugs in as you exhale, hold it, but then inhale, take your knee a little bit higher. Yes. The exhale, you reassert the low belly hugging in, then inhale, take the knee a little bit higher. Maybe one more. Good. That's the inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Round it in towards you. Inhale, we kick the foot back. So spread through the toes. Now the right toes are going to tuck underneath. Press into the hands, grip the mat, push down through the shoulders, the abdomen lifts, of course, and that helps you hover the right knee, and then come back three-legged dog. So push it back, and that will get easier. Nice. Kick through the heel, inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, round it forward towards your nose. Tap it in super close. The exhale helps with that. Inhale big into your lungs as you reach the left leg back. And then exhale, we come forward through the hands, right knee to the floor. Good job. So you can keep it tucked or untucked, whatever's more comfortable for you, but take the hands up. Cool. So here we've got that abdomen lifting, all that stuff I always say. Hands come onto the elbows, and then pull yourself up. So it's like you're pulling your shoulders out of your rib cage in a way, you know. You still have the low body working, the right knee hugging forward slightly, the left heel hugging back, the left hip. Okay, arms come up towards the sky, and then exhale, right hand to the floor, left hand to the sky. Open twist. Nice. So other way, Maddie, for now. So we'll do that in a second. So first we do the open twist one, yeah. So we do both shoulders, in fact. The left hand goes back, and then forward. So this one is more open, you know, in terms of the hips than the other one. This is why. And also the thoracic rotation here is a little bit more accessible. This is the left thoracic rotation, you know, the upper back. You guys probably don't have quite such a problem with it, but I also teach people who are a bit older and stiffer. And for them, maybe sometimes this rotation can be a bit tricky. So, but you'll never be like that because you'll do yoga forever. Hey, inhale, left hand to the sky. Me neither. Exhale, left hand on the inside of the left knee, and then right hand to the sky. Yeah, exactly. So, little like aging pep talk there. All right, right hand to the sky. Now, we're leaning that left shoulder against that left knee. You know that I love postures where parts of the body hug against each other. You can feel how you can be your own hero. This is something that I always think about for myself. Okay, good. So take your hand and reach it down. We swoop it forward, the inhale. Like you're prizing yourself open, like you've got a crowbar. It's not a very gentle image, but kind of the thing I'm looking for, that you're opening your ribcage up using that right hand. And pouring the breath in more. Good. Don't forget about your left heel. All right, smash it. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, take it down. Pull the left hip back, half Hanuman. So you can take your left hand on the outside edge of your left foot if you'd like to, or keep it on the inside, that's totally cool. But curl your tail under, spread the toes of the left foot. Good, and then reach your chest forward. That creates that hamstring engagement. Okay, come forward, runner's lunge. We look for the momentum. So you know now that we're going to go into that standing split shape, but we want to find the momentum already here. So we've got the right heel pressing back, the shoulders reaching forward, the abdomen lifting up. Exhale, cinch everything in, preparation. Inhale, rock yourself forward into the left leg, right leg hovers up, standing splits. Good, nice. It might look quite a lot like Warrior 3. You know, the main difference is just the intention, I guess, that we're intending to reach the right leg higher. Okay, inhale to reach the chest forward. Make sure your left hip is still hugging back as much as you can. Exhale, bow over that left leg as your right leg reaches up as much as possible. Good. We'll micro bend the left knee, bend the right knee. Hug everything in towards the center, stamp your left foot into the floor, and then take your right knee up in towards your chest as you fall over like me. Okay. Whoops. There you go. These things happen. Yeah, and then the ankle circle just asks, it begs you to do it, doesn't it? The ankle circle is also good because we're doing a bunch of standing postures. And so the more we have a relationship with the floor, the better. Okay, exhale, place your foot on the floor. Inhale, let your arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Speaking of simplicity, just exhale here. Feel the soles of the feet on the floor. Oh, yoga mats. So lucky to have yoga mats. And floors, and heating, and all that stuff. Really. So easy to forget. Press the feet down and swoop your arms up towards the sky. Stay standing up, and then exhale, just drop your hands down. Can you find, this is another one of those simple movements that I love. The inhale, reaching your arms up towards the sky. It's like your breath is doing the lifting of the arms, not you. Exhale, feel the texture of the air as the little hairs on your arms pass by. Inhale, feel the texture on your face. The movement, gentle, subtle movement of your clothes against your skin as you do this. All of this, always going on, that we ignore. It's okay, got stuff to do. Exhale, fold all the way forward. It's nice to remember sometimes. We fold all the way forward into ourselves, all the way down towards the air. Press the hands against the legs and halfway lift when you're ready. And then we'll step back into downward facing dog. Okay, good. From here we'll come down onto the knees again. Kick your right heel back behind you, just like we did. Then take your left foot off the outside edge of your mat. So like on the left side of your mat. Make sense? Left hand is going to press down, and then right hand is going to come up towards the sky. So this is a little side plank variation. Now grip that yoga mat with your left hand, push down through the elbow and the shoulder. So you'll feel engagement around the left armpit and your left shoulder moving away from your left ear. Exactly. Lovely. The elegant, lovely long neck. Now kick through your right heel like Jean-Claude Van Damme, my favorite. Exhale, right elbow and right knee are going to come in and tuck in towards each other. Exactly. Inhale, kick it back behind you, or not behind you, to the bottom of the mat, reaching through the right waist. And then exhale, crunch it in. Good. Inhale again, lengthen. Now exhale, take your right hand to the floor, but crunch your right knee in again. And then look forward, look where you want to go, and take your right foot up and around. From here, the left hand presses into the floor and the right hand comes to the sky again. Open twist. Similar, or the same. Good. So here, tuck your back toes, lift the knee for the open twist, and then press through your left heel very much. Bend your right knee a little bit more, and so we're going to put the left knee back down on the floor, but a little bit further away from the front. Does that make sense? So what we want to do is get onto the space in front of the kneecap. So it's in fact the top of the quad muscle in a way. Does that make sense? So that we can bend the left knee in towards you. So I can't remember if we did this last week now. If you have a block, this, pardon me, this is a nice place to maybe use it underneath your left hand. I never used to think I needed it, but now I'm just doing it to see what it feels like, and it feels nice. So take it back a notch, just be a little bit higher. So that left hand presses onto the block, right hand comes onto left foot, if it's available. Good. So I find this is why I suggested about taking the knee back a little bit. It makes it a little bit easier to get into it. Your hips can drop. I also feel like dropping the hips is makes it easier to get the foot. And I'm saying all this as if it was so important to get your foot. It really isn't. You know, I often tell students, I have many students who can't get the foot, and so I tell them, reach your heel towards your butt. Do it in an active manner, so that even if the hand isn't actually grabbing the foot, you're still getting that hamstring, the hip flexor stretch and the hamstring engagement. Okay, lovely. As you exhale, kick yourself back again, frame your right foot with both hands, and pull the hip back for half Hanuman. So here we're into the back of the leg again. Drive the heel into the floor, curl your right hip, tuck it underneath you, and then as you inhale, lift the chest forward. Good, a big breath in here. Then as you exhale, can you bow to yourself? Bow to yourself exactly as you are. All right then. Inhale, we'll come forward. Take the hands around the right foot, runner's lunge. So we take the block out of the way for now. Runner's lunge, belly lifting, chest lifting. We have momentum in the body, preparing for where we're going, which is the same as what we did the first time. Forward into standing splits. Yes. The left leg reaching up, right hip scooping back. Inhale to lift the chest. And then exhale, fold forward. Okay, oh yeah, I totally forgot to do this on the first side. It doesn't matter. Exhale, bend your left knee. See if you can bring it in and tap the nose nice and close. So it's kind of like what we do in the downward facing dog. Inhale, reach it back up towards the sky. Exhale again, bend it in. Now we bend the right knee again. So we're going to stand up in exactly the same way. Take your left knee up in towards the chest. Good. So stand up lovely and tall. Feel like your belly lifts away from your thigh. And then we'll release the knee, keep it nice and high, but then take it behind you. And take the hands onto the foot. It can be one or both. Good, so see if you can get your knees close together, right? And then hug your tailbone down and let the knee point towards the floor, so the front of that left leg stretches. Good. Now, here, we're just like going for it today. This is, you can stay exactly as you are, or see with this, I'm just turning around so I can demo things. See with this left foot, can you turn your left hand so the palm faces up? In fact, like this, right? And then, can you get the inner arch of the foot? Good. So now, stamp your right heel into the floor and hug your low abdomen in so that we can stand up super tall. This is the standing posture that I was promising. Now, can you kick your foot against your hand? Kick the foot against the hand. So now you can see where we're going. We've got like a mini dancer pose right here. Keep lifting your chest up. Keep pressing your foot against your hand and see if your knee can go a little bit higher. So think about how I asked you to hold the abdomen in and then lift your knee a little bit higher. Exactly the same actions are going here. If you like, you can kick, but basically kick your knee as high as you feel you can go. Sometimes it can be nice to reach your right hand forward to give you something to kind of aim towards. Don't drop your chest down too low. That's not what we're looking for. It gives the illusion of a back bend, but it's not in fact. We want to keep the chest lifting as we kick the left leg back. Amazing. Good. From here, step the left foot back. Woo. Step the left foot back all the way to the back, high lunge. And then exhale, step yourself back, downward facing dog. Woohoo! Look at that, what we just did. Amazing. Let's inhale, come forward into a plank. Fill yourself with breath and remember that you can breathe and how amazing that is. If you like, you can put your knees on the floor for chaturanga. Remember, you have knees and a floor. Also awesome. Up dog or cobra, your choice. Lift the kneecaps, remember you have legs. Lift the abdomen, you remember you have an abdomen. And then exhale, come back for downward facing dog. So I say these things, these kind of half joking cues, and it's funny to us because we do yoga, but a lot of people forget that they have a body. Really. Like you ask them to like bend their knees and they don't know how to do it. So be grateful that you have a body in the way that you do. Okay, take a big breath in here. Again, imagine that you have a second pair of hands on those outer ribs and breathe in there. Feel the fullness that you experience when the diaphragm descends to facilitate your breath. Not just inhabiting the top part of the lungs, but all the way down to the bottom. Take one more breath exactly like that as you push your hands forward. And then as you exhale, take your knees down towards the feet. Good. Again, keeping it simple. Nice. So press the hands down. Let's reach the left leg back. Kick through that heel, and then we'll take the right foot off the outside edge of the mat. So I'm doing it to the back now, so you can kind of see the other side. Then your left hand will reach up towards the sky. So it's this side plank variation. Cool. So I really want you to focus on that right. There's a couple of things to focus on. The right hand gripping the mat and the right shoulder pushing down is a really good preparation for basically full-on side planks and any other arm balances that you want to do, including handstands and things. Your left heel kicking through, as if, basically I said already, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Pew! Pow! With the heel. And then the left hand reaching up so that the hips go forward. Now we inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, left elbow and left knee together. So it's that little side crunch. Good. Inhale, reach them apart, long waist. Exhale, elbow and knee together. Good, lovely. Inhale, reach it apart. Now exhale, take your left hand to the floor and take your left knee around again, crunching it around, and then step it forward. Very smooth, lovely. Then right hand stays down, gripping the mat, still like that side plank, and then left hand reaches up towards the sky for your open twist. Smashing. You've got it. Okay, so here, we tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. And you can maybe inch it back a wee bit already here. And then we'll place the knee back down onto the floor a little bit further away. Good. So from here, we bend into the right knee. So the intention is that we're not on the kneecap, but in front, or rather at the top of the quad muscle. And then you can peel your chest open and see if your left hand can reach towards that right foot. Yeah. And now you can see why this is like a preparation for where we're going, that hand-foot connection, back bend connection. So feel that your abdomen lifts, your right knee presses into the floor, or rather drags forward maybe. You can think about that. The hips drop as far forward as you can. Yeah. If you do this in your own time and you can't quite reach your foot, a strap is a nice prop to use, of course. Oh, I forgot to say about the hand under the block. Anyway, that's also a thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's go. Let go of that, and pull it back for half Hanuman. So stretching into the back of the left leg. Heel down, abdomen lifting, chest lifting. And then exhale, bow. Yield here. Inhale, come forward, runner's lunge. Find your momentum. Exhale, we bend into the right knee. Inhale, come forward, standing foot. Good. So hugging that left hip back, we'll lift the chest first, make space between the belly and the thigh. And then as you exhale, we can fold forward over the left thigh, the left leg. Good. Exhale, bend your left knee, bend your right knee. Can you tap your nose with your knee? If you can't, that doesn't matter, but it's just that's how far I want you to reach. And then inhale, reach the right leg back up. Bend into the left knee, bend into the right knee, stamp the left heel into the floor. Can you stand up all the way? Super smooth. Amazing, good. So, what we want to do is practice the standing up straight. And then see if you can kick your right heel behind you and grab it with one or both hands. So before we go into this dancer shape, we encourage the quad muscle to lengthen by having the knees towards each other. And then instead of having the curve in the low back, we flatten out the back. And kick the heel toward your bum as much as possible. Good. All right. So now we flip the grip of the hand is important. We want the palm to face up, like a waiter. The thumb is facing back, and then we take it on the inside of that arched foot. Keep stamping your left heel into the floor and the belly lifting, and your chest lifting. So, like with back bends, we want the chest to go up. So it is a back bend. It's a single leg, standing back bend. From here, we kick the foot into the hand as much as you want to. So this is what's nice about this posture is you can choose your volume. That this is basically dancer's pose right here. Eventually you can go a little bit higher when you have space for it. You know, I one day want to get the foot with my hands from behind, which I can't do right now. I did it maybe once, about 6 years ago. One day, there's always progress to go. But in the meantime, we're happy where we are. That's what we work on. Speak for myself. Okay, take the knee back, we'll step it back for high lunge. Savor simplicity. Exhale, hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Good. When you're ready, inhale, come forward into a plank. Fill yourself up with breath, really, really much. So you know your choices, you can put your knees on the floor if you like. Slowly exhale to lower. So that exhale is going to help you control the descent. You can have a cobra or an up dog. That up dog is feet and hands only. Exhale, we come back, downward facing dog. Here again, we pause for a moment. I'm really obsessed with these simple postures of yoga, more so than like the crazy arm balances or stuff like that, although you know I like those too. But in the savoring of these simple places lies the real practice, because it's so easy when you do something every day to make it mindless. I remember the first yoga class I ever went to, I was at uni, and I was in the middle of studying for exams or something, and I went to this yoga class and I was like, oh my god, I'm not thinking about anything else. This is crazy, this is so good. When it's brand new, that's how it feels. So can we always make it new? Can we always make it new by being present? That's the thing. All right, we've got one more little flow, and there's some fun transitions in it, so have your block to hand if you have it. Let's take the right leg to the sky as you inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back towards the sky. Exhale, step forward between your hands. So the left hand is going to stay down. Yes, it is, for now. And take your right hand up towards the sky. Cool, now, in fact, get your block even now and place it underneath your left hand. Right, you see? So we're in this open twist, left hand, instead of being on the block, instead of being on the floor, is on the block. Push down into that block with your hand and your shoulder. So you can feel the shoulder move away from your ear. Perfect. Now, here's the fun bit. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, we're going to rock the weight forward into the right foot and tap your right calf with your left knee. Then we step back into this open twist. So you've done this with me before, I'm sure, just in a runner's lunge, but now it's this twisted variation. Tap your right calf again with your left knee. How smooth and seamless can you make this? So here we've turned a simple posture into a not so simple posture. We're going to make it even more fun. Take a breath in, exhale, tap your right calf with your left knee. Inhale, step back. Now, one more time, we're going to, as if we're going to tap the calf with the knee, bend the left knee in, but then kick it through. So your left foot's going to come to the floor and you're going to sit down. Hey, presto! Yes. So now we're in what's called Marichasana. We prepare for that. Hands come around the right shin. Now this is also a posture that people don't find very sexy. I do, because it's so good for stretching out the low back and doing loads of other things. We make it sexy by doing that transition into it. Okay, so stamp your right heel into the floor, stamp your left heel into the floor, lift your belly away from the right thigh, like in runner's lunge, and find a tall spine. Good. So the thing is about this, it doesn't look like much, but it should be much. It should be you fighting for length, feeling like your inhale extends your spine up the way. Feel like your exhale hugs your left leg in towards your body. Good. Now here is, if you like, you can stay, or you can take your left hand onto your right knee, your right hand behind you, and find a twist around towards your right, keeping the collarbones broad as possible. So again, the belly and the thigh make a connection. Parts of your body meet each other. Don't forget about your left toes. They may feel far away, but they're still connected to you. Can you breathe now? Imagine you had two palms of the hands on the back of your ribs. You breathe all the way back in there.
I tried to drink it away. I tried to put one in the air.
Okay. Come forward. So face the front again. Now here's the second fun part. Take your left hand onto the block, and we're going to rock forward. So you may need to bring the block a little bit closer towards you. Rock forward and press into that block and kick your left foot back. Yes, exactly. So we find ourselves in open twist. Exhale, take the hands to the floor and step back into downward facing dog. So maybe move your block over to the other side of your mat. So we're going to use it on the other side. Left leg comes to the sky. Three-legged, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, round the upper back. Good. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, round it forward, and then step through with the left foot. Good. And then we can take the right hand onto the block there. Just because the block is elevating you up, don't collapse down into it. Rise up by pressing the shoulder down. Yes. Yes. Lovely, ladies. Lovely, lovely. Good, so you know where we're going. We're looking up towards that left hand for now. But then exhale, we'll look down towards your left toes. Take a breath in first, that'll fill you up. Then exhale, the right knee will tap the left calf. Good. Step it back, inhale. Nice and smooth. You can keep the arm in the air if you like, or take it down, your choice. Left elbow, right knee, left calf. Left elbow, right elbow. Step it back. And then exhale, last time we tap it in. So nice and neat, nice and in. Step it back. And then the last time, as if you were going to tap it, but curl it in and then step it through. Yes. Lovely and smooth. Lovely and smooth. So again, you take your hands around that shin. That's it. And see, I like to also close the eyes here. Feel how much you can cultivate elegance, broadness. Joy in the fun postures, joy in the so-called boring ones. Maybe you don't find it boring. Joy in every breath that you feel. Joy in the warmth of your skin. Joy in the fact that you can breathe all the way to the bottom of your lungs and feel that it aerates your brain and wakes you up after a long day. Gives you that boost in the middle of your week. Wednesday night is a good time to do yoga. Every time is a good time to do yoga. Okay, right hand onto left knee, left hand behind you if you'd like to go for the twist. So we have that right foot nice and strong, anchoring you so that you can find a twist and still stay balanced. Inhale, come around to the front. Let's grab the block. Press down into it, push yourself up. Step it back for your open twist. That's it. Hands down to the sky. Then exhale, hands to the floor, plank pose. Good. So fill yourself up with breath so much. Remember, you can breathe. That's your gift. Exhale, slowly release the breath. Maybe all the way to the floor if you like, or it can be an upward facing dog after your chaturanga. Make your choice. When you're ready, we'll make a back bend. Make your legs strong and hug it in from the navel in the middle. Good. Exhale, come back for downward facing dog. That's it. Lovely place to pause and take a breath in. Lovely place to pause and savor a breath out. Take a look towards your hands and then start to creep the hands back towards you. So we're going to land in the forward fold at the back of the mat. Gentle bend in the knees so that your belly and thighs can come towards each other. Give your head a little shake if you like. Press the feet down, and then as you inhale, let's swoop the hands up towards the sky. Simple is best. Exhale, fold. So smooth, so slow. Again, feel the soles of the feet against the earth, press down, and then inhale, take the hands back up towards the sky. Exhale, dive forward. This is the last time. And then bend into the knees. And then we'll come down to sit on the floor. So, unceremoniously. So we'll come down, take the hips forward beside the heels. Ish, right? You can readjust it in a minute if you need to. And we'll roll down to come down to lie down. So you're close-ish so that you can just about tickle the heels. Feet are at least hip distance apart. Now drive the heels into the floor. Feel how your low back presses against the earth as you do it. Feel the soles of the feet, the toes, the big toe mound, and the heel, and the outer part of the foot all press down as the inner arches gently lift. We stay for an exhale, and then as you inhale, the hips peel off the floor up towards the sky. You can stay with this, hands pressing on the floor. It might be a nice place to stay, inner thighs gently hugging towards each other. Or if you like, you can interlace the fingers. Don't do it because you always do it. Maybe experiment with doing the simple variation, that's also cool. We do so many things because we always do them. But what about remembering we're alive? Wherever you are, feel a way that you can fill up your lungs a little bit more. Let your chest move towards your chin, but then your chin move back away from it. If you have the hands interlaced, release and then slowly lower to the floor. Okay, here let the knees go left and right, left and right. And then reach your feet forward to the bottom of your mat and then walk the feet over to the right hand corner, or maybe even beyond, and cross the ankles if you like. So from here, the hips stay in the middle of the mat, your feet have gone to the right hand side. Now you're going to shimmy your shoulders over to the right hand side as well, and then reach the arms overhead. Ooh. Yeah. So you reach overhead, they can just drape, that might be enough, or you can hold on to the elbow or the wrist. Let your chin, I was going to say your right chin, let your chin nestle into your right armpit. And here we abide for a breath or two in this simple little side stretch, which doesn't have to be deep in order to be powerful. Let the breath travel along that outer seam of your legs, from the ankle to the outer knee to the hip, from the bottom ribs to the armpit to the elbow. Let it unfurl you a little bit. In-style postures are nice because they encourage us to be where we are. Because they ask us to remove striving. And this thing, like, if you want to, we say this thing, that we want to make progress while being happy with where we are. We can do this in a posture like this because by relaxing, we facilitate change. Know that things will be changeable. Basically, in everything, you can rely on change. So, can we just pull back a little bit? Stay for one more breath here in this position. Release your arms, let your shoulders come back to the middle, uncross your legs. And then we'll take the feet over to the left-hand side of the mat, cross the ankles if you like, and shimmy the shoulders over to the left. Hold on to elbow or wrist. And again, the chin can nestle towards the armpit as well if you like. And you let the floor hold your weight. Release the arms across the legs. Bend the knees, and again let the knees rock side to side. From here, you can either take the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana if you'd like to do that, or of course you can reach the feet forward for classical Shavasana. Also do what you want with the arms. If you like to rest with them overhead, I quite like to do that sometimes. But do what feels good to you. Honestly, make your choice. You want to put cushions or anything else around you, also good. But here is where we can lie down, and this is important. The most important. As Gabby said at the beginning, how nice does it feel to do nothing? We don't really know how to do that.
I think if I could get you to do one thing, I would say when you get to the point that you really feel highly motivated to just towards keeping your virtue, then you'll discover quite quickly just how extraordinary a life was meant to be and could be. And it's just we get so messy. It's not that we're doing lots of wrong things, but our mind is so messy. We don't keep it simple, and we end up making the life that we're living so inordinately complicated and completely unnecessarily. And it's such a shame to end up feeling in a real muddle when actually you ought to be having the time of your lives. It doesn't actually take very much to make the deepest part of us incredibly happy. You know, just to be here, just to appreciate being here. To feel that you're alive, to be in touch with your heart. That's it. That's it. It takes mindfulness to come to a human life. And then above that, it takes mindfulness and virtue to come to a fortunate human life. The chance to be part of this happens briefly. The invitation is not to show how inventive and imaginative you are, but how much you can notice what you're already part of. And appreciate it and share it. And care about those that are around. Look out for their welfare while you're looking out for your own. That's it. And then you'll get to the end of it having had an awesome time, knowing that that was something you'd recommend to others. You all know this place inside where it's all right. You all know that when you let ego go, it's not this black hole that you drop into. You all know it. Why can't you do it? You know, the world is creaking under the strain of this enormously complicated mass of humanity. And actually, you know, it's really simple. You know, when you came here with a sense of awe and wonder, dying to just see what it's all about. You know, it's like, what would it be like to be down there, to be part of it? And you came here with this sense of wonder, and somehow the wonder of it wasn't enough, or you stopped wondering at it and started wondering about yourself. And in your wondering about yourself, you forgot what you came here for, what you came to be a part of.
Allow your breath to get deep again. It floods your body. You feel your very aliveness. Hands and feet and face and belly and heart. Start to move. Maybe stretch the arms overhead. Turn your head left and right, whatever you'd like to do. When you're ready, draw the knees in, give them a squeeze, and roll over to the side. Use the hands to press the floor away. Come back to sit. Simple. One day this practice will be enough, just sitting. In the meantime, we do all the other stuff to get us back in our body. So as you breathe, feel how everything is awoken from our practice tonight. The skin tingles. See if you can keep that remembrance of your aliveness with you for the rest of the week, the rest of your life. Take a breath in. And exhale. So thank you, my friends. Apologies for running slightly over. What else is new? I wanted to give you a nice, lovely Shavasana, and I do love that song. So, pardon me. Have a great time. Hope you're good, and take it easy and be nice to yourself. Always. Okay. Yes.
Thanks, Emma.
Thanks, my friend. See you next
Thank you, Emma.
Bye.